Friday, one more week. First of all, Shabbat Shalom starting tonight. It's been quite an interesting week, hasn't it, folks? The world has become aware of the fact that Israeli technology is a genius level technology. Now, I'm not going to speak in detail about who, why, when, but I've been very close to many of the geeks who have developed this over the years, and it's nothing less than phenomenal. But this is only the tip of the iceberg of our capabilities. Of course, we didn't do that, did we? We never take responsibility for anything that happens. Ultimately, we are the Jewish people, so that what happened is an act of God. God protects his people in many different ways, and God's not finished yet. The enemy should be quite aware of that. There's not going to be a repeat of the first and the second temple. We are now building the third temple in our hearts, and that temple will be built in Jerusalem in reality, not in our hearts, not in our imagination. And that day will come soon. We are at war. We will fight. People will die on both sides. We will stop the war and create it from our point of view as soon as we can have a peace that allows us to live in peace and not be attacked by our neighbors in Gaza, our neighbors in Lebanon, our neighbors in Syria, our neighbors around the world. We just want to be left alone to build the Jewish nation, the Jewish state, and ultimately the kingdom of Judea shall be restored. And the temple, the third temple, will be built, not necessarily where the mosque is, because I personally believe that the actual real place of the temple is somewhat south of that. And I believe that's where the temple will be built. And the sooner that the Arabs, Muslims, Christians, and whatever have you, reconcile themselves to the fact that we're back to stay. We're back. Not going anywhere. The sooner there will be peace in the area and in the world. Now, the second thing that I wish to talk to you about, and that's essentially what's going on with the elections. I firmly believe that the only way America can gain its self-respect in the eyes of the world is by electing Donald Trump as president of the United States, because over the last 5 years, I got to tell you, I have a lot of contacts in the Middle East. Biden and Kamala were a laughing stock ever since what happened in Afghanistan. All of the Hamas and all of the jihad are now receiving the American equipment that was left behind. And they take great pride and happiness in sticking to us in America. That wouldn't happen under Trump. That will never happen under Trump. No, I'm not going to say who you should vote for. Vote for anyone you want, but I want to tell you who you should vote against. Vote against bending the knee to terror. Vote against stealing the civil rights and the right to speak from Americans and everybody else in the world. Vote against anybody that would cut the American Army and the American Defense Department down from where it was to nothing. It started with Obama that did the sequester. Any of you guys remember what the sequester was? All of the projects for the military were stopped, which we paid for in every war since then. And Obama is still really actually pulling the strings. And the question is, who pulls Obama's strings? I don't know. I haven't lived in America for long enough to find out that you guys live in America. Why don't you guys investigate? What happened to all the investigative reporters that there used to be? Where are the Walter Cronkite's? Where are the rest of them? Where are the people that used to speak their minds, used to investigate and try to find out why these things are happening? Well, they're gone, aren't they? They're gone or they're silenced. Am I feeling a little down? Yeah, I am. Every member of my family that's of military age is fighting. 3 have already been wounded, 1 critically, who cannot ever return to the army. Yeah, I'm a little down because we're paying, and these are American citizens, my children, my grandchildren are citizens. American citizens are fighting and paying the price for Israelis' freedom here. And does anybody give a shit in America? There are 500,000 American citizens under the gun in Israel. And where are the candidates that support Israel? Why do they not even send us an invitation to listen to them on Zoom? Why do they not say, Americans fighting for Israel, we are with you? I feel like Americans fighting in the Spanish Civil War that were basically dishonored by Americans in America. Why are you dishonoring us for fighting for freedom? I don't know. You ask that question of yourself, Donald Trump, and your organization. We haven't heard a word from you. Not a Zoom, not a surrogate. Nobody came to even say to us, get your ballots in. I sent my ballot in today, my absentee ballot. I received it late on Thursday. I went to the post office. I voted Donald Trump, straight Republicans, because I think this is the last hope of American Israel. Once again, Shabbat Shalom. Fight the good fight. And together we will soar like eagles. Soar like eagles. Good night. Goodbye from the front.